Hello, everyone. Welcome to Path to the Playoff, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Academy Sports and Outdoors, for all, for less. My name is Brandon Adams. This is Mike Johnson. We're taking a look at the unique dynamic in this year's playoff of having Kirby Smart coaching Georgia, also Nick Saban from Alabama. Of course, Smart, a guy that learned under the feet of Nick Saban as Alabama defensive coordinator for a number of years. But I think it's safe to say here in 2017, with Smart's team now in the college football playoff, that he has effectively come out of the shadow of Nick Saban. Smart proven to not only be his own man, but his own coach as well. And I think the time spent with Saban is now just a footnote to the Kirby Smart resume.
Yeah, this wasn't the typical Nick Saban assistant. This wasn't a couple of years like Will Muschamp or Jimbo Fisher. This is a guy who was under Nick Saban for 8 years at Alabama, a year with Miami, a year at LSU. He knows what Nick Saban's doing. So he understood the procedures and kind of put his own spin on them. He's done his own kind of thing at Georgia, recruiting at a high level, has his team playing with a lot of toughness. I think it's been exciting to see him kind of develop into his own guy.
I think it's safe to say that he almost looks and sounds more like Nick Saban than any of Saban's other assistants turned head coaches, and it may be the extra time spent working with Saban that makes him such a doppelganger at times.
Yeah, I think it is. I think that he not only understands the X's and O's that Nick Saban taught him, but just the small details, the micromanaging, understanding how to affect your players in a positive way. I think a lot of those things are what Kirby Smart's taken to Athens.
And of course, if these two teams were to match up in the national championship, Smart would love nothing more than to become the first former Saban assistant to actually beat Saban in a game. You got to think that it at least hangs in his head a little bit.
Absolutely. I think Kirby Smart thinks about it. I think Nick Saban thinks about it. And I think both fan bases think a lot about that as well.
Well, it's a great storyline. Two great coaches having spent time working with each other. Now they could be working against each other in a college football playoff national championship. We'll look forward to that if it indeed takes place. Path to Playoff, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. For all, for less. We'll talk to you again soon.